Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome in to our first ever live remote at Riveters. And you'll actually even see us here in one moment. There we go. Welcome in. We are here live at Riveters, where we're going to be for the rest of the baseball season. Emily Peters here is with me, who covers Florida State baseball, now the JP Peterson Show official intern. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
And you can see we have the shot of the bar over here. Too many Red Sox fans here already.
There's been a lot. They're kind of outnumbering the Rays fans.
There they are, right there. There's wave Red Sox fans. There we go.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. We've got a few. We need to outnumber them with Rays fans. Is what we need to do.
I know we didn't bring our gear.
Yeah, we definitely need to have a little bit more Rays. I think there's some inside. They're sitting at the bar and hanging out. So we're here at Riveters. We got a great happy hour going. We'll be here for a couple of hours. Doug Wechter, Rays broadcaster, is going to join us at 6 o'clock. We're going to talk all Tampa Bay sports. We got the Bolts heading for the playoffs. Big game tomorrow night against the Panthers, so we'll be talking about that. We'll also talk, obviously, Rays baseball. We'll get you ready for tonight, Rays Red Sox game. But most importantly, get your ass down here to Riveters. We're about a mile away from the George Steinbrenner Field, and we'll be here for a couple hours. We got some of these sweet FanStream Sports hats right here that we just got in. The first 5 folks to come up and say, like we gave you the password on this morning show, Hail Rory, will get a sweet FanStream Sports hat.
Hail Rory.
No, you don't get one.
Do I get one?
Well, you get one. You already got one. But this is for the rest of you folks. So we've got 5 hats for you. So come on down and join us. We got unbelievable happy hour specials coming up, including $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells. That's even better. $20 pitchers of margaritas if you're interested in that, and sangria. Yeah. Riveters, we got food, which include $3.50 tacos. We got the $8 buffalo chicken dip or the truffle fries. Fabulous. You can get the $10 munitions mussels and a $12 Hellcat wings or Wildcat shrimp. So, as we tell you all the time, you can go to some of these preppy sports bars and pay $25 for a burger, or you can come over to Riveters and get the freshest, best food and at unbelievable prices. Not going to kill you. So if you had to pay $300 for your ticket to the game tonight, save some money, come over here to Riveters, and you can get some great food and drink. So come on down. We're right north of 275, about a mile south of the stadium, right next to the spaceship. So you'll see it right there. I think you know where to find us. All right. Let's get down to business first and foremost. The Rays, Reds, I think we have the lineup already for tonight.
Do we?
Courtesy of our good friend Ryan Bass at Rays Broadcasting. I think he just posted this. All right, so much to my chagrin, Yandy Diaz is still in the leadoff spot. Starting to heat up, which is good, but I'd rather have someone with a little more wheels up front. Brandon Lau will be in the 2-hole playing second base. Obviously, Yandy's DHing. Junior Caminero, red hot, couple of home runs over the weekend in the 3-hole playing third. Jonathan Aranda, second in Major League Baseball in OPS as of yesterday, will be the cleanup hitter playing first base. Christopher Morel, starting to make a little more contact. He will be in the 5-hole. Cameron Meisner will be playing center field in the 6-hole. Your bestie, Taylor Walls, Florida State finest, will be playing shortstop in the 7-hole. Danny Jansen, who had a really good weekend at the plate, finally got his first home run, first hits, first RBIs. For the most part, he'll be in the 8-hole. And then Jake Mangum will be playing right field and batting ninth. Shane Baz on the hill, really looking forward to what he can do against the Red Sox tonight. So there's your Rays lineup. It's it's a good weekend. They got the win over the Braves, which the Braves are struggling. They're 4-11, but they've been a really good baseball team for a very long time. So I think it's a quality series win. You were there for the Saturday game, right?
I was, yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Thoughts on that? I think you saw, if you're a Braves fan, which you're probably not if you're here, but you saw a little bit of life, what you're normally used to seeing out of a Braves program that is really, really good. And I think people forget that baseball is so long. So, they look like they're starting to get the hang of things. And then on the Rays side, I think you see on Sunday definitely that bounce back that you're looking for. And just trying to get into the season. I think it's good stuff.
Yeah, the Rays could have easily swept that series because that was a game they were up 3-1 late, and then the bullpen gave up 4 home runs later on in the game. You covered a lot of Florida State baseball. It's a short porch in right field. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much the same in this stadium, isn't it?
It's pretty short. Yeah. I went to that stadium for the first time on Friday night as a fan and didn't realize how small it was out there. It's pretty cool to experience a major league game in such.
Is that your first?
Setting. My first one in that stadium.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Been to the Trop a couple times. I like that better. I really do. I think baseball is outside, it's intimate, and so rare that you get to experience a major league game like that.
I know.
I thought it was so cool. I loved it.
Yeah, it's if you have not been, this is going to be a special opportunity this season. I don't know how long the Rays are going to play in Steinbrenner Field. There's obviously a lot that is going on behind the scenes as to where they're going to play. The city of St. Pete has already voted that they're going to repair the Trop. So they voted to spend the money. I don't know if they've actually purchased the materials for the roof yet, but they hope to have that down by December and then be able to fix the rest of the Trop, which still reeks of mold, according to people that are in there. All I know is for every fan that I've talked to, including you and myself, nobody wants to go back to the Trop.
No, I can't help but think about a postseason game at that stadium either. That'd be so crazy.
It'd be nuts.
It'd be awesome.
It'd be nuts. This is you want to talk about crazy. So if let's just say the Rays were to make the playoffs, right? They're playing in Steinbrenner Field. Mm-hmm. Say they make it to the World Series. Why not sell tickets in Raymond James Stadium? Put up the video boards are up. I think you'd pack that stadium. You could literally hear them cheering across the street at Steinbrenner Field. You could even have the players go do some type of warm-up at Raymond James Stadium, and the fans would go. But I mean, it's totally crazy. It's nuts. You could do it. You could do it if they're right across the street, and you could sell a crap ton of tickets. So who knows where the future goes? But to have a postseason game in those stadiums, which I think would be fine. I know a lot of people would certainly hit the Rays for it. There's no doubt. I get it. But it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's obviously the Hurricane provided circumstances that this has to happen. They have to play in this stadium. But when you go there, I'm not going to sit here and say it feels like you're in Atlanta. It's not a major league stadium. But it's also not a minor league stadium.
No.
I mean, technically it is, but it has all the accoutrement of a Major League Baseball stadium except the seats, the number of seats. I mean, they have clubs, they have premium seating. They don't have any foul territory, which is cool. Fine. They're going to get used to playing with a short porch in right field. The pitcher's got to get used to, pitching to that part of the park. You got right-handers, instead of throwing it on the outside, you got to keep it in tight. Make sure they can't take advantage of that short porch. Baseball is a game of adjustments. The game of adjustments from pitch to pitch, from at-bat to at-bat, from game to game. And in this case, from season to season, they're going to have to learn how to pitch in this ballpark. And when they do, the Rays pitchers are top 5 in baseball every single year. Kyle Snyder will figure it out. They'll figure it out. By the end of the season, they'll be using it to their advantage. Thing is, your hitters have to start taking advantage of it. Brandon Lau, I'm not sure. I think he's had one to left center. I think he did have one to the short porch already. But he's got an opportunity to get to 40 home runs in this ballpark. Just get a little bit of it to right field, it's gone. It's sailing out. Josh Lowe, hopefully at some point he will be back. And it's the same thing for him. With his power bat, his pull bat from the left side, he should be able to rake in this ballpark. I mean, this should be an advantage for the Rays as well once they learn how to use it. So we'll see how it progresses. But for me, it's a way better atmosphere than Tropicana Field. You said you went to the Trop.
Yes, I did go to the Trop a few times.
Yeah.
And I think fan experience, I mean, right behind us, you've got a huge lot where everybody parks. It's such a great space for tailgating. It's obviously, I mean, you have a lot of tailgates for football, and Buccaneers are right here. So you have that whole fan experience. You talk about a postseason game. Fans can come out, tailgate, and really experience a really cool atmosphere. I think it's great all around.
Yeah, the fans love it.
Yeah.
I know the players love it because they're sitting in that Yankees clubhouse, which is way better. Brand new Yankees clubhouse, which is way better. And I think we might still have a picture of this. Let me go out into the archives, see if we still have that. Is that it? There we go. Now the home of the Rays. Look at that clubhouse. And they have the dining facilities that are top notch. They have all the batting cages, which are unbelievable. All the different accoutrements that you have to have in a Major League Baseball stadium for the players, demanded by the Players Agency, Players Association. They have it all. So I can't imagine the players wanting to go back to Tropicana Field.
I don't think so.
Now, when the summer comes, and it might be, I mean, the weather's beautiful tonight. It's going to be another great game. They've had 12 straight sellouts in the ballpark. Now, obviously, they're selling about 11,000. I think with standing room only, they're selling about 12,000 tickets per game. Every game is sold out. The weather's been great, though. So I think they've had a couple of hot games a couple of weeks ago, but not many people complaining. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how many rainouts they have. But for the most part, I think you're going to love it.
You're in Tampa, you're more central. You don't have to drive all the way out to St. Pete. And if you're a baseball person, you're probably superstitious. And if we have a good season, you might want to stay in Tampa.
Yeah.
Know.
Yeah. You know, again, I have heard, and we've heard people that are involved in the administration of the park, basically, and they have signed an agreement, we've been told, for 2 years to play at Steinbrenner. And I think that's to cover maybe the start of next season. If Tropicana Field is not open yet, then they can start. The word is that the Yankees, at least, have been incredibly hospitable to the Rays. They've done everything they could possibly do. Al Steinbrenner and the Yankees have been fantastic about obviously allowing the Rays to play there, making it from a logistical standpoint work out really, really well. And it looks fantastic. And they've totally made it their own. And it's a great place to watch a game. I was there with our great friend Jack Hannon. Thanks for the tickets. 7 rows up. I mean, at a Major League Baseball game that close, it's just something. What's up, Joe? That's Joe. Everybody, you're on camera, Joe. Just wait. There you go. How are you, partner? Thanks for coming down. Joe made this happen, by the way. Joe, this is Emily.
Hi, Emily. Nice to meet you.
Joe, yeah, we can. Here, step over to the left a little bit. There you are. Yeah, there you are. There he is. Joe was the one that made this happen, put us in touch with the Riveters folks. So here we are, partner. Here we are today. And we'll be here a lot. What's your favorite food here, Joe? The hamburger. Yeah. The Riveter burger. That's what you're going with. I'm a little partial to the ribeye sandwich. It's fantastic. Ribeye tacos at a happy hour. Tacos are $3.50 at happy hour, right? $3 a piece for a ribeye taco. Can't find that anywhere. Oh, the sauce and the fried onions. Yeah, top notch. Little indoor outdoor, fantastic. And if you get mad, you can just hop on the 50 cal here and start taking Red Sox fans out.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Joe. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Holy right.
You got it right there. Our first hat. There you go. Reach down in there and take out the color that you want. All hail Rory.
Hold
Thanks,
it in
brother.
front of here.
Yeah.
So we can see it.
Show them the hat. Show them the hat.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, brother. See? There you go. Thank you, Joe. Joe says
Four
he
more
loves
to
the
go.
show. We got 4 more. You did? Yeah, because we're streaming, baby. We're not on some cheap radio tower we're not on some radio tower that you run out of it gets out of range. You're
To it on X.
yeah, there you go.
You get the live broadcast and stream.
Yep.
And I do it in radio and
And off you go. Put it right. How easy is that?
Listen,
Never run out of range. Yeah. Huh?
great show.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you can't see it, well, there it is. Let me see if I can tilt this. There's the 50 cal. They have a real 50 cal right here on the stage at Riveters. It's all about the little World War II motif from Rosie the Riveter. Now, do you know who Rosie the Riveter is?
Behind us. Hi,
Do you know the
Maria.
historical?
Nice.
You
In
did?
history?
They still teach
For
that?
sure. Well, in high school, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Probably couldn't tell you much at this point.
The fact that you've heard of her that's good enough.
Of course, she's iconic with her.
Yeah, she
her
is. Yeah,
picture.
absolutely, absolutely. So get on down here to Riveters. By the way, that is the password. Hail Rory, champion of the Masters. You come down here. We got 4 of these beauties left. FanStream Sports hats, and you can get one of them. No. Oh, you got that for me, Joe? Oh, beautiful. There it is.
And it's happy hour now.
It is happy hour right now. Riveters happy hour. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestics, $5 house wines, $6 premium wells. I mean, you can't find that
Can't
anywhere.
repeat that now.
And then chips and beer cheese, $6. Buffalo chicken dip, truffle fries, chili cheese fries, $8. You're gonna pay $20 at the stadium. So come here and eat first. And then the Hellcat wings and Hellcat shrimp, $12.
Jeez.
$12. You cannot beat that.
Can't beat that.
All right, so Rays, Red Sox, 7 o'clock. Doug Wechter's going to join us here at 6 o'clock, so we'll preview a little bit more of how the Rays have been playing. We'll take a break. We're going to come back on the other side and talk a little Masters. You watched the Masters yesterday?
I sure did.
All right, so we'll talk a little Masters. You guys, by the way, can comment. You can go on our Twitter page at JP Peterson Show. Comment. We'll put your comments here. You can do that on YouTube as well, or our Facebook page at JP Peterson. So comment. We'll get your comments on. We got a few of them already up, so we'll get to those when we come back. Back in 3.
Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucks and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and On-Site Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at On-Site Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show special edition as we're coming to you live from Riveters here, just north of 275 on Dale Mabry on your way to the Rays Red Sox game tonight, 7:05 start, I believe. Yeah, 7:05 first pitch. Shane Baz on the mound for the Rays. We'll run down the lineup for you in case you missed it. And huge thanks to all of our great advertisers. I think I screwed up the you got to see all our, hold on, stand by. There they are. There they are. As you can tell, I'm running the show today, so.
Wearing all of the hats.
Lord,
Man of many talents.
Lord.
Producer, host.
many talents, good at none. But yeah, bear with us as we go through it today. But we want to get to your comments as well. Our friend B is in already. Thank you for joining us, B. Mario Christian. Good morning to you, Mac Jr. At least, good morning. I'm used to doing the morning show. Good afternoon. At least Riveters is open till 12 a.m. Yes. So when you're done with the ball game, you can come over here and post game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So save your money. Don't spend all your money on the $18 beers. I get it. You got to make a little bit of money. We're not going to complain too much, but that's a lot to pay for
It is a lot.
one IPA, for God's sakes. Mario Christian also says if the owners are taking notes, they'd better put those amenities in the new future ballpark. That's one of the things I personally can't wait for. An actual, real baseball park in Tampa. So, since we're here at Rivers, let's talk about this. There hasn't been a whole lot of news on the sale. It's for a reason. I think a lot of this negotiations have probably cooled a little bit. The numbers are out there. Stu knows what he can get for the team. There's obviously the group of Tampa businessmen, 3 or 4 groups, depending on how you do it. I told you this about a month ago that Major League Baseball has been known to, when they go through these situations, there's different groups vying for the team. They could start getting the groups together, kind of cherry picking the best owners in each group and kind of bringing them all together to kind of make a super group, a super friends, an Avengers of deep pocketed local guys. Then the guy that has typically the most ownership in it, at least 30%, I believe it is. You have to have at least 30%. You become basically the managing general partner of the team. Kind of how it works, simplistically speaking. Now, David Sampson has a great podcast. We've had him on before, Nothing Personal, former president of the Marlins. He did a video last week that I thought was really cool. And, he knows the inner workings of this. And he said, now that the Rays have reneged on the most unbelievable boondoggle deal in the history of public stadiums, still couldn't get it done. So now they're allowed to go pursue other markets. Now, as we've told you for a long time, Rob Manfred has said they're not leaving this market. They love the Tampa Bay market. He knows that they have a great group of potential owners who are tied to Tampa, who will be universally beloved because of their long-standing ties here. and their deep pockets who can get the job done, getting a stadium done on the Tampa side, which is what Major League Baseball has always wanted. Major League Baseball, if you know the history of this, they never wanted the team in St. Petersburg because they knew demographically, geographically, it was a horrible location and it would fail from an attendance standpoint. And that's exactly what happened. Despite the fact that the team has won the third most games since 2008, I believe it is. Obviously, there's been long time attendance issues, and building another stadium right next to a failed location was never going to be a good idea. So the fact that this did not go through, honestly, the Rays dodged the bullet. As a franchise here, Tampa Bay baseball fans dodged the bullet because now it gives them the opportunity to finally do this the right way, which is build a real stadium on the Tampa side, centrally located to 2.4 million people within a 30, 45-minute drive. And you're talking within an hour's drive, probably 7 to 8, 9 million people when you factor in the Orlando market, the whole I-4 corridor. I know you can, yeah. If you want to put it on in here, that's fine. Yeah. Whatever you like. Sarah, the one of the managers here, is selecting the audio. They're supposed to be, if they want to hear the show, be able to hear it up front. So we're still working on that. So if you come on down, if you want to hear the show, just, you can put it on your phone if you want. You can watch it on the phone at your table, or they can put it over the loudspeaker. So we'll be able to hook that up. Anyway, so they want it on the Tampa side, and even way back when 5 years into this, Bud Selig one time actually said, kind of slipped and said, well, eventually the stadium's going to be on the Tampa side because that's where the people are and that's where the growth is. Obviously, St. Petersburg is surrounded by water and fish don't go to games. So that's where it's going to be. That's where they want it to be. And now Stu is going to, I think you heard a little something this weekend about Raleigh-Durham, which I think would make a great expansion city, and that's kind of what they're looking for, to be an expansion city. But there's been some talks that the Rays could move to Raleigh, and I'm sure Stu's going to reach out to all these expansion cities, start talking to them. This is what David Sampson said, because he did it when he was with the Marlins. And what he revealed is, yeah, I took the meetings. I went to these places, and I told them we might move there, but I knew damn well we weren't going anywhere. It's all part of the process, but that got the urgency of the politicians in Miami to get the deal done. That's what they do. They leverage, just like St. Petersburg was leveraged for many years by the White Sox and the Giants. You'll start talking to, you'll hear, oh, the Rays are moving to Raleigh. Oh, the Rays are moving to Nashville. Oh, the Rays are moving here. The Rays are moving there. The Rays aren't going anywhere because the owners have to approve a move by 2/3, have to vote for it. And you've heard our reporting, the ESPN reporting, the Athletic reporting, Ken Rosenthal, that the owners are pissed. They're pissed at Stu that he hasn't been able to get it done. They now know what we've been talking about for a long, long time, that he's not able to get the job done on either side of the bay. So they want to bring in some guys that have deep pockets, and we'll be able to get the job done. The commissioner knows who these people are. They have been vetted. They have a plan. They have locations. They can get it done. Now it's just a matter of getting the deal done with Stu, and he's going to obviously very hard to bargain with, and it might take some time. So I know, B, you put it out this morning that a lot of people said it would be done by the March 31st deadline. I never said that. In fact, I've always said that it's probably going to go into the summer, and it can go as far as Stu can handle it, because at some point he's going to start losing revenue. Things threaten his revenue sharing. At some point, it's a losing proposition. And frankly, he's going to make basically a $1.5 billion profit on the sale of the team, in addition to all the money he's already made. So I think at some point, the pressure becomes enough by Major League Baseball. Stu figures it out. He's got no other options. He's got to sell the team. And when that happens, it'll be sold. What the timeline is, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I think it's eventual. It's eventually going to happen. B wants to know, is Stu at Riveters? Is Stu here? Anybody seen Stu? No? That's a no. He's not here. But he's welcome. Would you mind if Stu came over? He could take your seat. Stu, come on over. Love to talk to you. Let's talk this out. Let's have a kumbaya session here.
100%. Everybody's allowed at Riveters.
B's like on overdrive. Said I can't stand it. 2 live shows in one day. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not even going to put that one up. Said Stu just fired from Manfred. I think it works the other way. Yeah, and unfortunately, he can't fire an owner. He can't fire an owner. And many people have said they can't force him to sell. Well, they forced Vince DeMoli to sell. So there's precedent, not only in baseball, but in this particular market. So, yeah, there can be pressure to bear. And like I said, if Ken Rosenthal is reporting it and Evan Drellich is reporting it and Jeff Passan and we are reporting it, if you don't believe me, I'm sure you believe those guys, that when Major League Baseball goes to the unprecedented step of threatening your revenue sharing, things aren't good. Tim Manto with the Expos logo. Man, I haven't seen that in forever, Tim. That is a good-looking logo. Brings back a lot of memories. Could they play at Raymond James Stadium until the stadium is built after the Steinbrenner Field season? No, I don't. We saw the Savannah Banana play in there, but it was like 220 to right. You can't play that. You can't play there. And Raymond James is going to undergo a renovation of its own. But those seats in right field, that would be right field. I mean, I guess they could, from an engineering standpoint, move them. But then you're going to screw it up for football. It's not made to be. So I don't think it's engineered to be moved at all. I haven't heard anything about that. So, no, they can't play in Raymond James Stadium. But I will tell you this. Oh, my God, Joe. What is that?
Burger.
Oh, you got it. All right, slide over. Yeah, look at this. Look at this burger. Oh, my God. Look at that thing.
Beautiful.
And that's all fresh. That's fresh beef. Yeah.
They do everything from scratch here.
Everything from scratch. His fries look good, too.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, man. Thank you for showing me that. That's good. That's fantastic. I'm starting to get hungry.
I know.
This burger looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I know, listen, could they play in Steinbrenner Field for 2 more years? Let's just say if the sale was made in the next few months, and the people that are trying to buy the team obviously have looked at where they want to put the stadium, how they want to build it. I mean, the Ybor site obviously is still open. Ken Hagen told us that on this show 6 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever it was. Those renderings that we saw way back when, the first time that Stu, took his money and went home when he did the deal with Tampa, had the press conference, said they're going to be here for generations to come. The work that Populous did, which is the design firm that does all these stadiums, that's still there. And I love that design with the Devil Rays roof. Go back to the Devil Rays logo, Devil Rays jerseys, have that cool Devil Ray roof, that translucent roof in Ybor City. What's the cost on that going to be? I don't know. It was $890 million 7-8 years ago. So I would guess with inflation, it's $5 billion. No, probably 1.3, 1.4 billion, something like that. And by the way, this is not a deal where Hillsborough County is going to have to cover all that. The prospective owners would put in 2/3. The county would put in 1/3. So you're looking at probably the same amount of money that they were going to give the Rays back in 2018, about $450 million, somewhere in that range. And Ken Hagen has told us with the new SITS tax that was approved, they can get that done. And still have money left over for the Bucks as well, because the Glazers are going to chip in for the renovation there. So many people will say it's not doable financially. Hillsborough doesn't have the money. I don't think that's true. Ken Hagen says they can do it. They do it the right way and not burden the taxpayers, by the way. These are going to be special taxing districts where you pay for the food like they do in Atlanta, like they do in Texas Live and these other places. You go buy a burger and a beer. A portion of that money goes to the stadium. So plan is there. The owners are willing. New owners are willing to do it. It's just a matter of whether Stu will get out of the way and make it happen. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, we're going to take one more break. Then we're going to come back and talk about the Bolts and maybe do a little football as well. If you guys want to comment, please jump aboard on our YouTube page at the JP Peterson Show, or you can go to FanStream Sports Tampa Bay. Just Google any of those or search any of those, and also FanStream Sports, and you will find us. All right, we'll take a little bit of a break here. We'll come back and talk some Bolts, who have a huge game tomorrow night at Amalie Arena. Stay with us.
Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite. I love it. So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there. Summer is coming. Do not get caught with your unit unprepared. Your AC unit, of course. The awesome folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC have a special going on right now. You get a free 1-year maintenance package with any purchase of a new unit. They have special 60-month financing as well, so you don't need a huge chunk up front. Third Generation has an impeccable reputation built over 30 years of doing business. They do plumbing, AC, mechanical work, anything you need around the house. They are trusted folks. Go to the website and read the 5-star reviews. Deidre said, great company that always arrives timely. We have used them for our AC both at home and business and have been very happy. The staff is knowledgeable and professional. I would recommend Third Generation again and again. So give Third Generation a call at 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, a special edition as we are coming to you live from Riveters. You can see the we have our live Riveters cam right to our right there. You can see all the cool bar here, outside, inside, outside. I love this whole vibe here. You know,
Awesome.
yeah, they've got fans everywhere. So even in the summer, it's nice and cool in here. And then the indoor side is all air conditioned. So that if you get a little hot, you can go over to that side. It's got a great casual vibe to it. The food is awesome. We've been talking about the happy hour, which is amazing. $3 Bud drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 value wells, $6 premium wells. Man, you can't get a cocktail in South Tampa for less than $12 anywhere, except here for happy hour. We've got great food. We just showed you the burger, which looks amazing. Joe's chowing down on that. And then $6 edamame if you like that, chips and beer cheese. $3.50 handcrafted tacos, prime rib or buffalo chicken. $3.50 for a taco, like a good sized taco. And then a barbecue chicken slider. You can have that for $3.50. $8 buffalo chicken dip, truffle fries, chili cheese fries, which I love. You can get the poutine fries. Oh, I saw those the other night when I was in here. You like the poutine fries with the gravy and the cheese? Amazing. They have munitions mussels. They do the mussels here for $10. The Hellcat wings and the Wildcat shrimp for $12 as well. So come on over here. It's right on the way to the Stein, right on the right side if you're coming north on Dale Mabry. And if you want to park here, you're fine parking here. Walk to the game. It's about a mile walk. And you can come back after the game. It's open till 12 on most nights, and then on the weekend, I think it's open till 2. So there you go. Great place to and also, by the way, if you're a UFC fan, they show all the UFC fights, pay-per-views here, no cover, free to get in. So like Saturday night, if you want to come down, always get a great crowd for that. And even though we are two Knowles, this is the home of the Gator Club as well. So when football season rolls around, for the national championship game, this place was bananas. Absolutely packed bananas. So any Gator baseball, Gator football, anything to do with Gator stuff, the Gator Club meets here. This is the new home for the Gator Club is Riveters. So get on down here and enjoy for all the when fall comes around for football, for Bucks. Great place to come before the games and after the games, and for all Rays season long, great place to come. So that's why we're here. That's why we did the deal with the Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. All right, let's talk some. Let me get to the comments here real quick. See if any. Oh, Thomas Casper is said Emily looks better than Tim, Nick, and Stu.
That's so sweet, Thomas.
Thank you. Not a high bar, but thank you.
I'll still take it.
Yes. Mary Christian says, and the stinking Panthers come to town. Hopefully it's the same scenario for game 1.
What is that? Oh, it's a rat.
What's that?
I couldn't tell what the emoji was.
It's a rat. Yeah, that's what the Panthers are.
I see.
They're the rats. Now they got Brad Marchand, the actual rat. How fitting. Wing counts? Not sure what that means, but we do love. I'm not sure how many wings you get for $12. I'll find that out for you. We'll find that out for you.
You can also get 5 for $21.99 buckets.
What's that?
I'm staring at a 5 for $21.99 buckets of neutrals.
I don't drink neutrals. Is that a good deal?
Pretty good deal, yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a
They're
good
like,
deal.
you know, vodka seltzers.
Yeah, those usually are like $8 a piece, right?
100%. I think they're like 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the Stein. They're 15. Yeah, come here. Get
Bring
5
them
for $21.99 instead of 1 for $20 at the Stein. Yeah. You go. That's why they sell $20 tickets, because one beer's $20.
They get it one way or the other.
Yeah, they're gonna get you one way or another. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's outdoor baseball. All right. So last night I'm working the Lightning game, so everybody's watching the Masters in the Channel Club. We got the Masters here. Everybody's gathered around the television watching. They're going down the back 9. Game starts, right? Lightning go down 2-1 in the first. So now we're getting to 16, 17, and 18. So just as Rory knocks into putt to win it, like 10 seconds later, Kucherov scores to not only put the Lightning up 3-2, but he scores his 117th point, 35th goal of the year, which puts him ahead of Nathan McKinnon, who wasn't going to play last night, and basically wins the Art Ross Trophy. Second straight year, third time in his career. What a moment. Rory just wins that, and then Cooch wins the scoring title, and he was incredibly relieved. He's been pressing, so that's going to – and then he gets 2 more points. So 3-point night for him. Lightning wins 7-4 over a Buffalo team that have been really good. I mean, red hot, really good. So tomorrow night, with the Panthers coming in, this is basically for home ice in the first round. And as well as the Lightning have played at home, and as poorly as they play, let's say poor, they're a little under 500 on the road. Little under 500 on the road. Not terrible, but not great. Not as good as they've been in the past. So no question, you want to have home ice advantage. You want to have the first two games at home. So tomorrow night is freaking huge for the Lightning. Now, a couple things about last night's game. First period sucked again. And I don't know what was said in the intermission. I think maybe it was a player that stood up in the room and said, all right, guys, enough of this shit. Let's go play Lightning hockey. They went out. They scored 4 goals in the second and really took over the game. Won it going away. Geeky, who just came up from Syracuse, gets his first goal, which is important because he's going to have to play an important role now in the playoffs because Bjorkstrand's going to be out. So he comes up. Lilleberg gets his first goal. Gensel gets a couple goals, which is good for him to get him going a little bit. So great night for the Lightning. The 2 previous games they lost in overtime. They were just not playing Lightning hockey. They're not playing Lightning hockey. And this was something that they needed to get it turned around, get the momentum going in the right direction as they head towards the playoffs. So tomorrow night, it's going to be a freaking war. It's just going to be just like a playoff game. Place is going to be tough. You can get tickets too, by the way. If you want to go see one hell of a hockey game tomorrow night, a little playoff preview, basically game 0, if we can call it that. Because the Lightning are going to be playing the Panthers first round of the playoffs. So this is for home ice. So you get the first 2 games at home, which we're hearing. The Chief said last night, since the Lightning last game is on Thursday at the Rangers. So then they play tomorrow night, and they got to go play the Rangers to finish the season. But if they win tomorrow night, they get home ice against the Panthers. So then if they do, they probably some guys won't make the trip to New York. Maybe just bring the whole damn Syracuse Crunch team down and play the Rangers at Madison Square Garden because nobody cares. So get that done. If they play Thursday, then they won't play till Sunday when the playoffs start, I believe, Saturday. So they'll play the Sunday game. So if the Lightning win, likely, this is not for sure, but likely, they will play Sunday, Tuesday. Game 1 Sunday, game 2 Tuesday. Not set in stone, but you're trying to make some plans, buy tickets. Which, by the way, you can get your single game Lightning tickets now as well. It's go to TampaBayLightning.com. Get your tickets for that. They are available, not through StubHub where you have to pay, or Ticketmaster where you got to pay all the prices. So, hi Tara, just wave to Tara. Yeah, so you can go get your tickets for tomorrow night, and while you're there, buy some playoff tickets as well because it's going to be freaking incredible. And I love the last few games had me a little worried, quite frankly, because the Lightning were just not playing their brand of hockey. You know, Bjorkstrand and Gord have come in. I'm not going to say they've lit the world on fire. I thought they'd have a little bit more of an impact on the score sheet than they've had. Bjorkstrand, I think, was just getting kind of comfortable, and then he gets hurt. And not sure what his injury is, but they said he's week to week. So probably not going to play much in the first series. We don't know. He could come back and play game 1, but just normally Cooper would say day to day, like Glendening is, which we need to get him back for the playoffs for faceoffs. So I was a little concerned about how the Lightning were playing, to be honest. So that game last night made me feel a little bit better. If you look at the analytics from the way the Lightning have played this year, they're top 5, top 7 in almost every offensive and defensive category. They have everything you need to win. Bassi has been playing at that Stanley Cup level that he played with during the run. So I can't wait for the playoffs to get. Have you been to a playoff game yet?
No,
a Lightning playoff?
No.
Oh, that is.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Game 0.
Yeah, game 0. Game 0, start the playoffs.
What do you think it's going to take to get the win tomorrow?
It's going to play the way they played in the second and third period last night. They just, Bassi's been tremendous. I think he's 7-1-1 with a 1.56 goals against in his last 9 games. I mean, that's otherworldly. So he's playing like the Bassi of old. Now, Radish got hurt last night. He didn't play second and third period for the most part. I don't know. Haven't heard anything on him. That would be a blow. If they lose Darren Radish, that would mess up the defensive pairings. Not good, so we'll see what happens with that. But you look at the Panthers. Kachuk still hasn't played. Ekblad is suspended. Marshawn really hasn't done much since he got there. They're not, even though they've won some games, I don't think they're certainly not as good as they were last year when they won the Cup. So it's a different type of team. I think the Lightning can play with them. They're not overmatched. So, and I'd much rather play the Panthers than Toronto right now, because Toronto, I don't want to say they have our number. They swept the Lightning in the season series. The game the other night, obviously the Lightning came back and tied the game up. They got a point, took it to overtime. But as Brian Englund likes to say, Toronto seems to like spread us out, like take us apart. And we kind of fall out of our discipline. They find open space, they get turnovers, and they're skilled enough to put them in the back of the net. That seemed to be their MO this year in beating the Lightning. So for whatever reason, they're not intimidated by Vass at all. They feel like they can solve him, and they have for the most part this year. So you got to play him eventually. But if the Lightning can get 2 first-round exits the last 2 years, you got to get through that first round. A lot of places are picking. I heard Biss was saying that Panthers will win easily against the Lightning. I hope they keep counting them out. That's fun. All right. Mario Christian says, if it's Sunday, don't be surprised if the league makes them play in an early or late afternoon. God, I hope not. That's just not. I haven't looked at the Lightning's record in early afternoon games. Just off the top of my head, I don't think it's great. I hate afternoon hockey games. It's not right. Mario also says goaltending tends to travel regardless if they're home or on the road during the playoffs. That's true. Goaltending and defense, absolutely. Thomas Casper says, can we eat our wings in the spaceship? I don't know if they serve them over there. I've never been there, so I couldn't tell you. So take that up with the manager when you get here. All right, we're going to take another break. We're going to try to line up Doug Wechter on the other side, Rays broadcaster. So come on down to Riveters. We are here till 7 o'clock or a little before 7 o'clock, so we get to the game like you guys are going to the game. Happy hour is on. $3.50 handcrafted tacos, prime rib, or buffalo chicken. You can get $8 buffalo chicken dip, $12 Hellcat wings or Wildcat shrimp, $3 Bud Light drafts. It's all here at Riveters, just south of 275 on Dale Mabry, about a mile away from the stadium. So come on down and join us. We will be back in just a little bit.
Hey, are you tired and broke from going to those overpriced sports bars with $18 martinis and $20 burgers? Well, head over to Riveters, now the official sports bar and grill of the J.P. Peterson Show. I love the atmosphere. It's uniquely nostalgic American, recalling the days of Rosie the Riveter. The staff is incredibly friendly and welcoming in a laid-back, casual indoor-outdoor setting. And check out the reviews, and you'll hear this. Best Reuben sandwich ever. Amazing wings, burgers, and prime rib. The welcome you get when you walk in is incredible. The staff will call you by name. You're not just customers. You're really part of the family. So go say hello to Maha, Taylor, Serena, May, Courtney, Jamie, Christina, Lauren. Tell them JP sent you. This is a real sports bar, and we love our home teams. And they're playing the games on the TVs all the time. You won't have to ask to put the Lightning, the Rays, the Bucks, or the Rowdies on. They do the UFC fights for free, no cover. Big screens and TVs everywhere. It's the place to watch sports in Tampa. Great fresh food, amazing staff, great drinks, insane happy hour, 3 to 7 every day. Race season is here, so make sure you stop by Riveters before or after the game. It's just north of 275 on Dale Mabry, just south of Steinbrenner Field. See you at Riveters. Diamond Days are back at the Golden Diamond Source, Tampa Bay's largest jewelry superstore. You know, I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all the diamonds in the inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. This means that if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment would only be $83. Best of all, your Gold and Diamond Source diamond never loses its value. And listen up, all soon-to-be newlyweds, here's your chance to win a $2,500 shopping spree at the Gold and Diamond Source, along with a wedding cake for up to 100 guests, created by the renowned celebrity chef, The Cake Girl, as seen on the Today Show. Entering is easy. Simply visit the Gold and Diamond Source on Ulmerton Road for your chance to win big. If you want your special someone to say yes, make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond. Visit us at 3800 Ulmerton Road in Clearwater. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays!
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
It was a great shot. That was a great shot. We're back. Joe's here, by the way. Thank you, Joe. How was the burger? Fantastic. You got a cold beer and you had the burger? The Yingling. What's that, $4? Yeah, $4 for a Yingling. Oh, fantastic prices. Fantastic prices. All right, let's see if our technology is working as I want it to do and add to our stage the great Doug Wechter. What's up, Doug? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, man. Can you hear me all right?
I can. Man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited I can hear you. Hold on, I got to. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm stuck in traffic. Hey, you guys are you at Riveters right now?
Yeah, we're at Riveters right now. Come on in.
Dude, have you had the chicken wings there?
Yes, I have.
I got to say, some of the best chicken wings I ever had in my life at Riveters on Dale Mabry. They were, and dude, you know me, I'm a chicken wing connoisseur. And
yes, you are a chicken wing connoisseur. Have you tried the buffalo chicken dip?
I have not.
$8 in the happy hour. And it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. $3 domestic drafts. You'd have a ball here, bro. This is your kind of place.
It's killing me that I can't. Yeah, it's killing me. It's killing me. I can't stop in right now.
Yeah. Well, you're looking good, brother. You're sounding even better. Give me your overall take on this Rays team 3 weeks in. What do you think?
3 weeks in. The rotation will be where it needs to be throughout the course of this year. At the first time through the order, they pitched unbelievably. You knew they weren't going to be able to sustain those kind of numbers. Second time through, a couple guys had some rough innings, but overall, still one of the best rotations in the league, in my opinion, or one of the top rotations in the league. So starting pitchers are going to be where we need them. The bullpen, it's interesting where they are right now. I think we have some really good arms. We've seen some home run balls fly out. We have a lot of fly ball pitchers. See how that kind of goes throughout this season. But I think the bullpen, history shows us that the Kyle Snyder and company will have this bullpen exactly where he wants them. So not worried about the pitching side of things, hitting side of things. I obviously would like to see some more runs being manufactured at times. The big hit eluded us for a few of those series. It'd be nice to see us capitalizing, and I think we have here recently, on some more of the home run balls that are flying out of Steinbrenner right now.
Right.
So, I'd like to see the offense come through with some more runs consistently, but aside from that, I think we're in good shape. We're not crushing it, but we're also not falling way behind.
Doug Wechter joining us. Of course, he pitched in the big leagues, and I was mentioning this earlier in the show that obviously baseball is a game of adjustments, and the Rays pitching staff is going to have to adjust to this part. Now, I know it's impossible to keep the balls from flying out of right field, but you can start adjusting a little bit on how you pitch guys, right? Do you think that's going to be part of it?
Yeah, so I was talking to BA about this actually the last couple days, and I don't think we were kind of agreed on this. We don't think you need to adjust your entire approach to pitching because you're now pitching in a, you can call it a homer dome if you want. I was just watching BP, and I mean, Red Sox are taking the ball out at will because the ball's flying out right now. But you don't need to. If you're a fly ball pitcher, you're a fly ball pitcher. You're not all of a sudden going to go out there with some crazy sinker that you just didn't feel like using before. It's the fact that you come to the table with what you got. I think the difference will be at times inside the game, you might need to keep guys uncomfortable, right? And so maybe you go a little more inside corner at times and brush people back when typically all you had to do in the past was just challenge them. Instead, now you got to make sure they're not hanging out over the plate and just sitting there waiting for their pitch. Now you got to get them on their heels a little bit. So maybe it does adjust a couple things within the game, but the overall approach, you don't change the overall approach.
Right. And then from an offensive standpoint, obviously getting Josh Lowe back will be huge. Brandon Lau's got to get hot, get the ball up in the air. How can offensively the Rays take advantage of that short porch that maybe they're getting a little out homered to that spot right now?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's nice to see Yandy Diaz starting to hit the ball again. I mean, look, with his slow start, this team is just totally different, right? If Yandy isn't putting up the numbers that we've seen Yandy put up the last 3 years, then the entire roster is just different because it just doesn't look the same. The lineup won't have the same firepower, but you're seeing Yandy get his timing back, which is huge. I think honestly, Junior Caminero is starting to come out of his shell and come into his own really nicely over the last 2 series. I'm starting to see him time the ball up. I think those 2 guys are going to drive the ship. And then you got Brandon Lau, who he'll get his home runs, right? He just got to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, he's the guy. Those 3 guys right there are going to be relied upon heavily. Now, we haven't talked about Jonathan Aranda or Ken Meisner, who have been unbelievable surprises to me, at least. I mean, with Aranda specifically, it was basically like, hey, we're going to give you the reps this year. Let's see what you can do. Like, here's your chance. And he's absolutely rose to the occasion. I mean, this guy looks outstanding at the least. He's probably our most consistent hitter right now. With Meisner, he got into a situation because Josh Lowe, the injury of Josh Lowe, unfortunately. And, Cam Meisner is really taking advantage of that playing time. So those 2 guys are really helping out. But honestly, if you want to see more runs on the board, I would love to see Yandy and guys at the top of the lineup consistently put the ball in play with some hard exit velocity.
Doug Wechter joining us here, Rays broadcaster, former Rays pitcher. I personally would like to see Yandy down in the lineup and not at the top. Why are they keeping him at the top?
It's interesting. I think it's twofold. I think, first of all, they want him to have the most at-bats out of anybody in this lineup is what it boils down to, right? I think, secondly, I think he's very comfortable. He's become very comfortable at the leadoff spot. So if you know what kind of production you're going to get out of somebody, and it's really good production typically, do you really want to adjust that, right? You can almost pencil him in for a 280-plus average with a huge on-base percentage. Now, the knock on it is he's not going to be one of your fastest base runners, of course. Like, we know that. We know what we get with him at the top of the lineup. You got to go almost station to station at times. You can't take 2 bags if there's something in the gap, but you kind of know where you're at with Yandy. But, I think it's to the point where you want him to have the most at-bats and the most chances in the lineup. That's what it boils down to for me, and that's what I see.
Well, when Chandler Simpson gets up here, he's going to be the leadoff guy for the next 10 years, right? That's how that's going to go.
Well, we got a lot of prospects coming up, man. You got some studs coming up, so I'm excited about some of these dudes. Did you go to any spring training games? Did you get to watch? Did you get to watch some of those young guns?
Yeah.
Carson Williams, Junior. We got some studs that'll be good for a long time.
Yeah, excited about that. No question about it. What are you hearing on McClanahan? Is he going to be back soon?
I have not heard anything on McClanahan, which is a little interesting. Typically, you get updates once a week. I have no update for you, unfortunately. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I think it's just one of those things that they knew as soon as they found out it was a nerve issue that they're going to shut him down until they're feeling really good about bringing him back. And so I don't know what that means. I don't think they know what that means. I don't think a timetable has been set by any means. And I think we're just hoping for the best. I mean, my gosh, this guy, when he was healthy, you know how good he was.
Yeah.
I would consider him the top, if not the top, one of the top choices as left-handers in the game. I mean, when he was taking the ball, when he started the All-Star game, he was unhittable, man. And so the fact that we're still pitching really well in the rotation without him it says a lot about how deep this rotation is. But we got to get him back, hopefully, at some point this year.
So how are you enjoying outdoor baseball, Steinbrenner Field? You like it?
I love it. I'm born and raised in Florida, born and raised St. Pete. I grew up playing Legion ball in this weather, man.
Right.
There's nothing like getting dirty in the grass in Florida, sweating a little bit, and trying to swing for the fences. So I personally love it. The stadium, it's in a good spot right now. You're getting a lot of fans. You're getting excitement. It's a great environment, right? And also the weather's perfect, dude. The weather, hey, dude, I don't know if you watched, but me and Richie were in suits at 1:00 in the afternoon on the field
I saw that
over the weekend, and we weren't even sweating. So that tells you how good the weather is.
That's fantastic. I'd be still sweating like a pig in that suit.
Absolutely. Well, I had to double up on the makeup, but that wasn't because I was sweating.
Hey, when you look at Junior, and I think he's leading the league in exit velocity or in the top 5. I mean, at 21 years old, I mean, how good can this kid be?
I mean, to me, it's the sky's the limit, right? The hit tool that he has. I was talking to Chad Mottola last year about him, and I was asking, I was like, man, what makes this guy so special? Like, what is it? He said, first of all, physically, he's got every tool, but his hands are the quickest hands that he thinks he's ever seen. And so by having the quick hands and the high contact rate, what that does is that allows you to let the ball travel a little bit more in your stance. It allows you to drive the ball up the middle and opposite field better than most others can, because you can catch up to a ball that's a little bit deeper, right in the box. It also allows you to jump on the pitch inside corner. So now you're talking about a guy who's 21 years old who can cover an entire plate, which, even the best of hitters in the major leagues typically can't do that. They got to go and they got to pick, hey, middle away or middle in. I'm going to hammer whatever mistake he throws. I think with Caminero, I mean, this guy, he's able to do things at a young age that most guys can't achieve in their entire career without a ton of work to it. And so physically, I think he's gifted beyond what we've seen. I think mentally, the kid has a great approach to the plate. He's not as scared of anything. He immediately feels like he belongs as one of the top players in the big leagues. Right. And you have to have that type of confidence if you're going to be there. And, I think he is. I think he's one of those guys who can absolutely he can be an MVP caliber guy. And not just 1 year, he can do it. He can do it consistently, in my opinion. At least offensively is what I see.
Yeah, and Aranda has been amazing. I mean, his bat-to-ball skills are fantastic. We saw in AAA. It took him a while to get it going in the majors, but how good do you think he be?
So I really like Aranda's approach this year compared to last year, because he's now spraying the ball, utilizing the field a little bit more than he did. Last year when he came up, he was almost like the Isaac Paredes from the left side, right? Pure pull hitter, try to get the ball in the air, and it would work out at times if guys are making mistakes over the plate. But if anybody executed pitches outside corner, he'd have a really tough time with that. I think this year he put an emphasis on going the opposite way. And, he was leading the league there. I don't know if he still is, but he was leading the league in doubles. And a big reason for that is because
I think he's second in OPS.
Yeah, he's putting the ball in the air, but he's going to left field with it, right? He's utilizing the entire field instead of just trying to pull everything onto Dale Mabry. And so, this is a guy now that can really, I think you talk about a certain guy who can take advantage of Steinbrenner. I see Jonathan Aranda right there at the top. We got left-handers. Left-handers will definitely benefit being in this park. I think a couple righties like Caminero and Yandy will definitely benefit as well. But I could see Aranda benefiting the most in this ballpark because of the style of hitter he is.
All right, last one, Josh Lowe. Speaking of a guy who could take advantage of that porch, when do you think he might be back?
Man, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful it's like 3 or 4 weeks. I know it was a bad strain to the oblique. I haven't heard that he has been swinging it yet. Now, he might be, and we just weren't updated yet. So I don't know on that front. But, these obliques take a little time, especially with a guy who is in the field. He's a guy who swings. So my hope is that we can get him back soon because, man, I had him penciled in as being one of the biggest threats in this lineup. And when he is healthy, he's a 5-tool player. And so that's the key is getting him back healthy because in spring training, prior to the injury, he looked like the Josh Lowe of 23, right? 2023, where he was hitting over 280 against every all-star guy. That's the Josh Lowe we need. So hopefully when he does come back, he won't have to deal with injuries moving forward.
All right, Dougie, thanks, man. Appreciate you driving around, selling the real estate, doing all the baseball stuff. You are an all-star. You still have the best talent in the business, baby.
Next time I'm dropping into Riveters with you.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be here every week, at least once. Come on down.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Sounds
Thank
good,
you,
buddy.
Dougie.
All right.
Love you, brother. Appreciate you. Great Doug Wechter right there. Good man. See, he knows about the Riveters wings.
He
knows about the Riveters wings.
He's on his way.
Yeah. So, all right, chew on that a little bit. We'll take one more break. We got to get in some football talk as well. Did you hear the story of the Tennessee quarterback? No. Emily covers a lot of Florida State football and basketball and baseball a lot. So we have the story of the Tennessee quarterback, Nico Iamaleava. I think I got that right. That is one of the hottest topics in all of college sports. So we'll hit that when we come back. Stay with us.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there. Summer is coming. Do not get caught with your unit unprepared. Your AC unit, of course. The awesome folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC have a special going on right now. You get a free 1-year maintenance package with any purchase of a new unit. They have special 60-month financing as well, so you don't need a huge chunk up front. Third Generation has an impeccable reputation built over 30 years of doing business. They do plumbing, AC, mechanical work, anything you need around the house. They are trusted folks. Go to the website and read the 5-star reviews. Deidre said, great company that always arrives timely. We have used them for our AC both in home and business and have been very happy. The staff is knowledgeable and professional. I would recommend Third Generation again and again. So give Third Generation a call at 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, we're back, and we're ordering wings.
We are ordering wings.
I smelled those wings. I was like, I gotta have the wings.
I know. Well, the burger looked really good too.
I'm not kind of in the mood for a burger, right? Like, come to a place like this for a baseball game. It's wings and beer. Mm-hmm. Wings and beer. Well, I mean, even Doug Wechter knows about the Riveters wings. World famous.
We have to try them.
Yeah.
At least once. But they don't have a medium. They only have a mild and a hot. So he's going to put a little hot sauce in the mild to make it medium.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Customer service.
I have, that's one of the things. Like, I've been here probably half a dozen times in the last few weeks. And every time I come in here, the bartenders come right to you, put a napkin down, and what would you like? Soup. They have a great attitude. And this may sound obvious, but I can't tell you how many places I go in South Tampa, especially, where that's not the case. And they're doing side work, and they just like you're. Oh, thank you so much, my friend.
Here to help.
Look at that. Look at that. Thank you. Oh, cold reef donkey. I think that's like $5 for happy hour.
Let's see.
Yeah.
IPA.
I don't know what
that
domestic.
is.
It might be $4. It's cheaper than any place else. I can tell you that. Yeah, it's like they can't be bothered to serve you. They're too cool to serve you, and it drives me freaking nuts. Here at this place, they literally pride themselves on their great service and their great customer service, and to me, that's everything. I mean, it's everything. When you go out to eat, you don't want to, the person that's serving you to make it feel like it's a chore. They're happy here. They love where they work. It's a great atmosphere, so it's a huge part of it. All right, we got some more comments to get to that I really like. This one, Beach, the Florida man, said they should put a Riveters in the new ballpark. You know what, Beach? We'll see to it. We'll absolutely see to it. I got pulled in the new ballpark. Did you look this one up on your phone? S-Con. So Mastradamus says S-Con Field in Japan is a state-of-the-art retractable roof stadium completed in 2022 for $530 million. Wow. Truly amazing ballpark. If you've never seen it, my question is, why does Stu need $1.6 billion? Well, a lot of questions to that. So what does it look like? Oh, that's cool. So what is it, like half a roof?
Retractable.
So it's retractable.
Right.
Oh, see if we can show you if you can see this. Kind of see that?
The roof.
You're not. Yeah.
Here.
So yeah, that's retractable. Yeah. Look. Wow, that looks really cool. 522 million. Oh wow. Yeah, look this up. S-Con Field in Japan. Look at that side of the roof. So it retracts in. Oh, it slides out like that. Oh, that is super cool. 522 million for that? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Most well, you look at what USF's doing. They're building a football stadium, a 35,000 seat football stadium. That thing looks nice. Like the renderings we've seen for $350 million. So yeah, why does it take $1.3 billion? I know the roof is expensive. I know that's a huge part of it, but seems like maybe you could do it for a little bit less. Our good friend John Hill says, happy birthday wishes to Bucks quarterback Baker Mayfield.
Happy birthday, Baker.
What, Baker? I did not know it was your birthday. Happy birthday, partner. Yeah, April 14th is Baker's birthday. I did not know that. And April 15th is tax day, so get your extensions in now. If the brewer there is the brewer. Oh, you are the Beach is the brewer now. We were just asking if you could come on the show and sit and talk with us about beer. So if I guess you're not here because you're watching. So, but next time, let's talk some beer because I want to talk beer. Yeah, so they're starting to make their own beer. The tanks are already in the back.
Okay.
So you see it in the back. They're starting to brew their own beer, and I believe they're a few weeks away. Beach, put it in the messages. Tell me how close you are to doing your own beer, because it's one of the reasons I drink IPAs, because the mass-produced beers that many people like, and that's fine, but they have a lot of preservatives in them, and that, being an older fella does not do me well. My body just does not react well to that. So IPAs, the smaller batch, don't have as many preservatives in them, so it's easier for me to drink. And so, but like the fresh beer, the really fresh stuff, you guys don't have to put all those preservatives in. It's made right here. Can't wait for that. And I'm sure you're going to do a little IPA action. So look very much forward to when we get the beer out. Here we go. Early June is target for full launch day. Oh.
Cool. Right around the corner.
Oh, all right. Next time, 100%, you're going to be here. Cool. Yeah, we'll get you on, and we'll talk some beers. I'm fascinated about craft beers, especially local craft beers. We've got obviously Cigar City right down the road here, a couple blocks away. My High Lie. And we've got what's the other one? Coppertail. Coppertail makes the triple Unholy, which I absolutely love. That's one of the other local breweries. They're fantastic. They also have the Free Dive, which is really, really good. So love the local craft beers. Very much into it. And cheers to this one.
We'll need your beef, because unfortunately I'm not your girl for that.
You're not a beer drinker?
Not a beer girl.
That's fine. That's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
Now, is your boyfriend into IPAs? You like the IPAs, or is he more of a...
Not a big drinker.
Not a big drinker?
No.
Oh, you found a good one.
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, stay away from the drunks. Not good. No good. No good at all.
Well, if it makes you feel better, no body is supposed to be breaking down those preservatives.
I know.
So.
Well, alcohol in general is not the greatest thing in the world for you. But we're not going to talk about that at the bar. I have one in the tanks the ladies will love. Oh.
Okay.
It's got you targeted. Mario says April 15th will be Jackie Robinson Day and Tax Day, number 42. Yeah, that's right. Everybody will be wearing 42 tomorrow when the Rays and Red Sox play.
Very cool.
All right, if you guys have any comments, put them in the YouTube chat, also on our X machine as well. So I was talking about Nico. I am Aleva. I think I said that right. Maybe not. So he skipped practice on Friday, spring practice, the day before the game, in an NIL dispute because he's been trying to get more money. Now, when he came out as a freshman, he supposedly got an $8 million deal from Tennessee, one of the highest NIL deals. Now, according to reporters at On3 and now some of the other bigger outlets are reporting it as well, his representative, which is his dad, was sniffing around at Oregon, and Dan Lanning called Josh Heupel, the Oregon head coach, called Josh Heupel, Tennessee head coach, and said, hey, the quarterback's sniffing around for a better NIL deal. So, welcome to the world of NIL football. This is what we have wrought. And the coaches, by the way, have been part of the problem. The administrators have been part of the problem. They could have fixed this a long time ago, and they were too greedy to do it. So the courts fixed it for them, and this is why we have what we have. And it sucks. Now, it's very popular to pile on Nico. Now, personally, I don't like the way you handle it. $8 million should be enough to play college football. Become the best player you could be. Stay at one place. You got a great offensive-minded head coach and Josh Heupel. You have great tools to work with. The best talent available in the SEC. You're going to get the ultimate exposure in that league. I mean, where are you going to find a better situation than what you have right now? Sure. No, bring them on in. We want to show everybody. Absolutely. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
I gave you guys your buffalo, give you the a little parsley on the ranch.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Those dressings look like homemade too.
You don't need to get the. These are these are not breaded. I don't know if you can see these. Oh, they smell fantastic. They're not breaded. Yeah, we can take that camera. Get a close up. We don't have the other. Hold on. Let me add it to the mix here. There we go. Oh yeah, we got a bird's eye view. They got all the sauces too. It's kind of like a little coating baked, so it's not the heavy breaded kind. Oh, I can't wait to dig into these.
Don't want to drop the camera.
We're gonna have to take a break so we can get into these. Give you a full taste test. Absolutely. So,
Oops, sorry.
I mean, if I were Nico, I would definitely stay put, become the leader of that team. There were some questionable plays in the playoff, so I think I think he had Nicky Numbers had these numbers this morning on the morning show. He said he had 19 touchdown passes. 8 of them came against FCS competition, or I'm sorry, only 8 of them came in the SEC, and 4 of those were against Vanderbilt, I think. So he had a good year, not a great year. He thinks he can get more money other places. And look, that's the system that we have now. I don't like it. I hate it. I don't like the way he went about it. But, I know everybody wants to pile on top of him. The truth of the matter is he'll find somebody to give him more money. I'm not sure how these deals are cut, and like if he has to pay back some of the money that he got at Tennessee. I like the fact that Josh Heupel said we're not putting up with it. We're not going to have players coming in here, have a good game, wanting more money. It's not the way it should work. So I love that he's setting that precedent. But the truth is, he will likely go find someone else that will pay him more money, and it's
the new normal.
So, well, you cover Florida State football. And you know a lot of these players. What is the talk of the NIL? What are players saying?
Well, I think from an outsider standpoint, obviously it needs some regulation, and there's a lot of issues. But I also think that you forget that you're dealing with 18 to 20-year-old kids, and they don't know how to manage this. A lot of them do have agents, and maybe they need to not have their parents as agents. That might not be
That's
the best,
a really bad idea.
the best
really
idea,
bad idea.
But you're still dealing with these kids, and when you give a kid that kind of money, it's dangled. From a moral standpoint, I ask myself, it's like, well, if I was in those shoes, would I be able to say no? Or be able to not feed into it like this? And of course, I say no. I'd be able to, stand my ground and be able to say no to that
Suck
kind of money.
Suck it up and take your $8 million.
At the end
like
of the
a
day,
man.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to know what you would actually do in that type of situation. I think from a player standpoint and coach's standpoint, you try and get guys who fit that culture, and you don't want to eliminate that kind of issue going into things. So finding the right guys from the get-go, but kids will be kids. If you tell someone you can make more money and play at this school, then it's hard for them to say no. So it's kind of give and take, but obviously some regulation needs to be.
No question, absolutely no question. So I have to ask you the question, since you're closer to the program than I am, that everybody asked me. What the hell happened last year? How do you go from 13-0 to 2-10?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Secret?
It's funny because I've asked people even closer than me, people who cover the program, and nobody really knows. It's all kind of speculation. I sat in the room with Mike Norvell doing press conferences, and there was this defeated version of him, and it's so hard to know. I think it all stems from players, and I think there was a very clear lack of leadership there, and that
was a huge part of it, I think. Yeah,
a huge part of it. I just spoke with the new women's lacrosse coach at Florida State, and she talked so much about how important it was to find those older players for this inaugural season so that she could have that leadership in the locker room. And that was very clearly missing in the Florida State football locker room this year.
Yeah, DJ just wasn't a leader.
No.
And he wasn't a very good player. He was really slow, and he didn't throw the ball very well. Besides that, he was great.
Yeah.
I think that's where it all kind of starts. And I don't, there was rumors that, in his NIL deal that if he was healthy, he had to start. Mm-hmm. Did you hear any of that?
I definitely heard that. There was a lot of speculation about that, and I don't know if we'll ever truly know the truth about that kind of thing. And I think if that is the case, it makes sense why Coach Norvell was so defeated in some of these press conferences, because it's like, what do you do?
He was a different cat last year.
Yeah.
Totally different.
But when there's things like that going on, that, first of all, you can't say to the public, you can't say it to the media, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So what do you do?
Go win some games, which obviously they were trying. I thought he coached terrible on the field, off the field. And the bottom line is, if you're going to, change 30 to 40% of your roster every year in terms of the transfer portal, some years are going to be great, 13-0. Some years are going to be not so good, 2-10. Now, the fact that they happened back to back was unbelievable. It's just something and I went to Ireland for the first game you went to as well, and they lost to Georgia Tech, but I think they played horrible.
No.
It wasn't, but the rest of the season, that was horrible. That was horrible. So, yeah, there was a lack of leadership. I think it was kind of a perfect storm where you had a terrible quarterback that was a terrible fit for a bad offensive line. He was big, slow, and couldn't throw and wasn't a very good leader. And besides that, and so that was, and typically you would have seen a coach change that out like rapidly, like game 2. And he never did until he got hurt. And then he didn't play. So, yeah.
Definitely makes me think there's got to be something else to it. And just being around Coach Norvell, I had full faith in him throughout all of it. And I still feel like I think this year is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And obviously there needs to be a huge turnaround after last year. And like you said with the transfer portal, I think Nick Saban was talking about it, just how you cannot just fill the entire roster every single year. It's a plug and play.
There's no team camaraderie.
No, not at
and then
all.
you have no leadership, and there's a mercenary level of commitment, which is to say, not very good. They're just here for the money, and if there's no emotional attachment, like the year before, there was still remnants of Jordan Travis and Benson and Fisk and Verse and these guys that were all in. I mean, they were Seminoles. They were part of the team. They were emotionally connected. The guys last year seemed completely unemotionally connected, like just there to get a paycheck. And when stuff went bad, they didn't really give a shit.
No, after that Georgia Tech game in Ireland, which was a shock to the system, it was like, whoa, like what happened there? But again, it wasn't like, oh, we're not good this season. It was a little bit weird. They had a home game that following week, and one of my friends that's around the program saw some of them walking around and was like, hey, we're back at home. Are you excited? And the players were not excited at all to be back at home playing. And as a fan, you notice that. You don't see the love for Florida State. Like Jordan Travis, Jared Verse, even these guys are transfers. Like they were transfers from Florida State, but they loved FSU. And you feel that as a fan.
Well, we'll see what happens this year. Spring practice is underway. Heard some very good things about Castellanos. Of course, the media is not able to really watch, and the spring game is not going to be public, is it?
No spring game.
No spring game at all.
Well, they're still doing stadium renovations, so I don't know if that had a huge part of it. But
are there scrimmages that some of the media have been able to see?
I think here and there.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure since I'm not living up there anymore, but it's definitely more limited, which I kind of think is a good thing.
Well, Mike Bianchi, famous Orlando Sentinel columnist who was around the program when Bobby was there, when I was covering the program as well. He wrote a column about what a shame it is that Mike Norvell closed practice to the media because it's the legacy that Bobby Bowden left is one that's very open. And it was an interesting article, and I was kind of like, but then you say to yourself, it's a different time, and in the time of instant transfers and media starts talking about some young freshman receiver that is starting to bloom. You got to remember, because a lot of these guys are late bloomers. They've come in as a 2 or 3 star, and then they start blooming, and then the media starts talking about them. And then, somebody at Southern Cal says, oh, let's take a look at this kid, and let's go offer him a couple $1 million. So from a roster preservation standpoint, I get it. And again, if Bobby were still alive and he was still coaching, he'd probably do the same thing because it's a huge winning edge. And so as much as I would like transparency, I understand why these coaches are doing this. I do. And it's going to be – there's just so much new about how all this works, and it drives me crazy. Elijah Barrero says, is that House settlement close to being passed so we can avoid another incident of what happened in Tennessee? Yes, it's very close to being passed. But I'm still unsure of what effect that's going to have on portability and NIL. It's going to be revenue sharing, and each team's going to get $20 million if you opt in, $22 million and there's going to be roster limits. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. I mean, if they have kind of a cap at $22 million, I think that'll be good. That'll be good because I think some of these, there's rumors that Miami spent what, $50 million on their roster last year. Not a whole lot of return on that investment, Hurricane fans. But we should talk, right? But teams are going to spend that because it's worth it. I mean, I think it was Walter Clayton, the point guard, most valuable player in the tournament for the Gators, got $2 million. He was going to go to St. John's with Patino, who coached him at Iona, and then the Gators just offered more. So that was a great return on investment by the Gators to get that. So yeah, it's just a whole new world, whole new world. Mario Christian says that retractable roof would allow for a grass field. Oh yeah, in which the players would be advocates for that. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go look at that stadium up that we just showed you. What's it called? S-Con Field. ES, two separate words. S-Con Field in Japan. Yeah, it's a really cool retractable roof, and and they have a grass field. It looked like they had a grass field, so I would love that, because then you could have, April and May, it's open. It'd be beautiful here in Tampa, and then when the rains come for $522 million, yeah, whatever they're doing in Japan, we need some of that.
Seems like best case scenario for this area.
Yeah. John Hill says the WNBA draft is tonight. Not the same without Caitlin Clark. Yeah. College basketball, I think the final game was down 10 million viewers from last year. 10 million viewers, like more than half. But Paige Beckers, I guess, she's a star, but she ain't Caitlin Clark. The national viewing audience was way down this year versus last year. Women's Final Four, I think went from 18 million to 10 million, or was it 8? I'm not sure, but it was down significantly this year without Caitlin Clark. All right, we'll take one more break. We'll come back and wrap things up. Where we are? Okay, one more break. We'll wrap things up and get you ready for tonight's Rays Red Sox game. We got the lineup for you, so stay with us. We're live at Riveters right here on South Delmay. We're about a mile south of the Stein, so come by before the game, after the game. It's Riveters.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there. Summer is coming. Do not get caught with your unit unprepared. Your AC unit, of course. The awesome folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC have a special going on right now. You get a free 1-year maintenance package with any purchase of a new unit. They have special 60-month financing as well, so you don't need a huge chunk up front. Third Generation has an impeccable reputation built over 30 years of doing business. They do plumbing, AC, mechanical work, anything you need around the house. They are trusted folks. Go to the website and read the 5-star reviews. Deidre said, great company that always arrives timely. We have used them for our AC both in home and business and have been very happy. The staff is knowledgeable and professional. I would recommend Third Generation again and again. So give Third Generation a call at 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right. Well, Mama said don't talk with your mouth full.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. I'm in between bites.
Take it. Take it. Oh, my God. These wings are insane. Absolutely insane.
The dressings, amazing.
Yeah, they make all the dressings
perfect.
in-house. By the way, like you can't really see it. Maybe you can. The texture of the dressings is not the usual just, Cisco out of the vat or the ranch in there. They make this fresh in-house and the blue cheese. So I'm taking the blue cheese.
Show us the process.
First of all, this wing is like no breading. It's dusted in, I don't know if it's baked or fried or whatever the hell it is, but it's just so perfectly done, golden brown. Then you dip in a little bit of hot sauce and then mixing it up with the blue cheese, the fresh blue cheese.
The ranch, in my case.
I have to alternate bites here. I apologize. Man, this is good. Holy moly. These are fantastic. And you get these $12. How many we got?
I don't know.
I think it's 8.
We tried to crush them all during the break, but
8 wings for $12.
can't beat
You
it.
hear me? Unbelievable. That's like
And they're good wings.
Yeah.
They're like good quality wings.
not frozen. Yeah, we're getting paid to do this on air. I apologize. Man, those are fantastic.
I'm gonna exercise some self-control for this last.
All right, I'm done for now. That is absolutely incredible. And with a fresh, cold IPA, a nice, beautiful glass, amazing. Easy says, looking good. Good, Tim. Best you've ever looked, Tim. Really.
Thank you.
Can't help it. Daniel Rivera, Steinbrenner is only the warm-up for a new Ybor ballpark. Damn right, partner. Damn right. He says, seriously, Raleigh? I think Raleigh has a good chance of getting an expansion team. I really do. The Research Triangle is booming. They've got a really good Raleigh. They've got actually a nice Twitter account, too. I was looking at it. Raleigh baseball and Raleigh, something like that. You can find it. And one thing I like about them is I was going through all their tweets. They weren't like, oh, we're going after the Rays. We're trying to get there. I think they're smart because they know the Rays aren't moving. And they also know that if they're going to be an expansion team, Major League Baseball doesn't want you out there, trying to poach one of their teams right now. They don't need all that nonsense. So if you're going to be an expansion team, an expansion market, get your stuff together, get your money together, get your stadium together. Because as soon as the Rays stadium deal is done in Tampa, baseball is going to expand. This is one of the reasons that everybody says, oh, the Rays are moving to Raleigh. No, they're not. They want to leave the Raleigh and Nashville and Portland, and they want to have more than just two cities because what do you have then? You have competition, and you can raise the price. You want an expansion team? It goes to the highest bidder. Portland, what's your plan? San Antonio, what's your plan? Nashville, what's your plan? Raleigh, what's your plan? And now, and that's money that all the other owners get to share in. So, and it doesn't happen until the Rays Stadium deal is done. So, if you were another owner, and Stu just had this deal laid in front of him, $1.4 billion of public money would eventually cost the city $2.4 billion, and you still can't get the deal done. And we're giving you $60 million every year in revenue sharing because you won't build a new stadium in Tampa. Had you built a new stadium in Tampa in 2018, they wouldn't be giving revenue sharing money to the Rays anymore because they'd be making their own in a significant amount. So that's why the other owners are pissed at Stu, and that's why they want him to sell. And my experience has been what the other owners want, the other owners get. Oh, by the way, before we go, give us an update on FSU baseball that you covered.
Like I told you before, it's good we're talking today and not last Monday because rough week for Florida State baseball. Lost the series to Wake Forest, which their pitching staff maybe has some of the best stuff for a team that's not ranked. They did just get swept by North Carolina. I think that's right. Yeah, North Carolina is ranked 12th, so
they're a good team.
They're a good team. But big bounce back from Florida State this weekend at Virginia Tech. They swept them away, so big response on the road after losing the series to Wake Forest and also losing to the Gators, which I know there's probably some UF baseball fans watching right now. So maybe we'll have to agree to disagree on that one. But that was a tough one to watch to lose that series.
But we still won that one game with a walk-off grand slam and the guy hit for the cycle. What was his name?
Alex Lodice.
Lodice, yeah. So,
so
that was such a dramatic win. It outdoes the other two wins that the Gators had.
Yeah, I guess so. That's one way you could look at it. Probably not.
That's how a Seminole would look at it.
But yeah, that's
Guilty.
the only one that will really
guilty.
That's the one that matters in our book. But yeah, big response on the road to sweep Virginia Tech. They were ranked 25. They dropped out today. New rankings came out, so we're back to 7. We're 9. So yeah,
FSU's 7 now.
FSU 7 now, and Virginia Tech dropped out after getting swept by Seminoles.
We got and tell us the story of the Jesuit boys, the Tampa Jesuit boys.
Starting rotation, all Jesuit boys, all lefties, which is interesting. Jamie Arnold on Friday, Joey Bellini on Saturday, and Wes Mendez on Sunday. Jamie Arnold had some weird stuff going on. It wasn't really shared with the media, but kind of had a little dip.
Personal stuff or
personal stuff.
Okay. All right.
So missed a couple games mid season there, but definitely has started to look back to his normal form the last couple outings. So that's good news. Bellini and Mendez both doing really great work. To have these guys going out on Saturday and Sunday is a luxury if you're a Florida State fan, because they're definitely Friday night guys. Incredible stuff. They're all Jesuit lefties, but they're all very different in their own way. So yeah, got a really good starting rotation. The bullpen has kind of had those plagued issues that we had last year. Just sometimes hard to close out games.
It's hard to have depth in pitching.
Yeah, it is.
College. Yeah.
Yep, and we've had some injuries as well, so that obviously doesn't do you good.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall,
chance of winning the College World Series?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Our first
There's
ever.
Definitely a chance. First ever. There's
like when Link Jarrett, the new coach, second year, doing a hell of a job.
Third.
This is third year? Oh, time flies.
Well, his first year wasn't very good. That was the first year they hadn't made it to postseason and
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I blocked that out.
Yeah,
kind of like football season last year.
Yeah, block it all out.
Block that out.
But yeah, I think they could do
Most
it.
of my childhood.
I think what you saw last week against Wake Forest is kind of that mid-season checkup where baseball's a really long season. So eventually you're going to kind of be tested and see what your weaknesses are, and you either respond and you pick back up by sweeping Virginia Tech on the road and moving on from that, or that's kind of your identity that you take on for a while. And I think this weekend said a lot about what this team can do, how they handle adversity, and all of those kinds of things. So back in the top 8. So if you ride this out and you're able to keep that, you'll
host the regional,
and super regionals, which would really help.
A big deal, yeah.
I think they could take on anyone at Hauser. So then
how many is that seat, Hauser?
Oh boy,
I haven't been up there in a long time.
I'm not sure about that one.
Now, back in the day, it was like 7,000-8,000, but I think they've increased that.
Probably.
That's a pretty cool.
Out there.
That's a pretty cool atmosphere for a game, huh?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Best. I think
if you're a baseball fan, go check that out, especially if they get into the regionals.
Yep. Regional, super regional. They've already sold out Hauser multiple times this week or this year, and it seems like a postseason feel already. It's kind of got that like home intimate type feel. but
Very
it's a
much like
bigger
this stadium.
Exactly, yeah.
Very
so
much like
maybe
this
that's why I
stadium.
like this one so much.
Yeah, it's got the same feel to it. So yeah, go take in a FSU baseball game as they head down the stretch in the ACC play, and then they'll move into the regionals. All right, that's going to do it for us here. Our first Riveters remote. Emily, thanks so much.
Of course.
Official
Thank you.
intern of the JP Peterson Show, and now the official sports bar and grill, the official wings. Absolutely freaking amazing. $12 for 8 wings and a happy hour. Cannot beat that.
Official IPA.
Official IPA of the JP Peterson Show. So all that good stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be back here. We'll get a schedule out on social media when we're going to be here, so you come down and get some of these awesome FanStream Sports caps here. We had a couple folks come in and say, "Hail Rory," and they got their caps. So we'll be back next week, and maybe we'll do some contests during the week as well. And John Hill, by the way, congratulations to John Hill, our first JP Peterson Show listener of the month. So we'll be getting one of these beautiful caps and a shirt like that I'm modeling here today.
Wow.
So there you go. There you go. All right. Go Rays. Oh, I didn't give the lineup again, did I? All right. Phil, while I find this for a second. Stand by. All right. Yandy Diaz will be leading off tonight as usual. We love Yandy. We just don't like him in the one hole. Brandon Lau in the 2 hole, batting or playing second base, batting second. Caminero batting third, playing third. Jonathan Aranda batting fourth, playing first. Christopher Morel batting fifth, playing left field. Cameron Meisner will be in center field batting sixth. Taylor Walls batting seventh. Go Knowles, shortstop. Danny Jansen batting eighth, doing the catching. Jake Mangum in right field batting ninth. And the great Shane Baz on the mound tonight against the Red Sox. First pitch, 7:05. I almost didn't speak. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers. We will see you tomorrow morning for another edition of the JP Peterson Show. Good night. We'll do you.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso.
Hey, are you tired and broke from going to those overpriced sports bars with $18 martinis and $20 burgers? Well, head over to Riveters, now the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. I love the atmosphere. It's uniquely nostalgic American, recalling the days of Rosie the Riveter. The staff is incredibly friendly and welcoming in a laid-back, casual indoor-outdoor setting. And check out the reviews, and you'll hear this. Best Reuben sandwich ever. Amazing wings, burgers, and prime rib. The welcome you get when you walk in is incredible. The staff will call you by name. You're not just customers. You're really part of the family. So go say hello to Maha, Taylor, Serena, May, Courtney, Jamie, Christina, Lauren. Tell them JP sent you. This is a real sports bar, and we love our home teams. And they're playing the games on the TVs all the time. You won't have to ask to put the Lightning, the Rays, the Bucks, or the Rowdies on. They do the UFC fights for free, no cover. Big screens and TVs everywhere. It's the place to watch sports in Tampa. Great fresh food, amazing staff, great drinks, insane happy hour, 3 to 7 every day. Race season is here, so make sure you stop by Riveters before or after the game. It's just north of 275 on Dale Mabry, just south of Steinbrenner Field. See you at Riveters. Diamond Days are back at the Golden Diamond Source, Tampa Bay's largest jewelry superstore. You know, I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all the diamonds in the inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. This means that if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment would only be $83. Best of all, your Golden Diamond Source diamond never loses its value. And listen up, all soon-to-be newlyweds, here's your chance to win a $2,500 shopping spree at the Golden Diamond Source, along with a wedding cake for up to 100 guests, created by the renowned celebrity chef, The Cake Girl, as seen on the Today Show. Entering is easy. Simply visit the Golden Diamond Source on Ulmerton Road for your chance to win big. If you want your special someone to say yes, make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. Visit us at 3800 Ulmerton Road in Clearwater. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays!
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.